Hi, I'm Arjun Partha and I'd like to welcome you to the Joy of Paper Toy. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a mouse paper toy. To access the template, we have to go to Landis Productions. Then we have to select the first link we see here, go to Papercraft, open the vault, and then keep scrolling down till we reach. And we found it. And this is what your template should look like. Looks great, doesn't it? I thought so too. To download template, we have to go and click this button, and I'm going to save it as mouse paper craft, but it's up to you to name it what you like. And it's come from me. For this model, you're going to need a cutter, one glossy inkjet paper, and a color printer. It's just as simple as that. I have finished printing out the template on my color printer, and this is what it should look like. So you can see the sheet is very glossy and very thick. So that's how you know you bought the correct paper. Let's cut it out. Now at the top of the page, a beautiful description of the model is given. Let's take a minute to read it because all models are made with love. For your eyes only. The Mobile Operations Undercover Surveillance and Espionage Mouse Unit was developed sometime in the 1950s by an unknown agency for a secret purpose. Development was quickly scrapped after it was discovered that completed mouse units were mysteriously disappearing, seemingly on their own accord. A top secret investigation revealed scientists' greatest fears. The machines had become self aware. Sightings estimate its population in the millions, even though only 100 units were originally manufactured. But no one can be completely sure. That's a great description, isn't it? I thought so too. Let's cut it out. After cutting out the model, you should have these two pieces. The first thing you're going to want to do is take this bit. See this line right over here, the beginning of the leg, over here and over here. What you're going to do is you're going to fold upward along that line so that you just go over there, be like this, lift that up a bit. Then repeat on the other side. Just like that. So you have something like this. Then you're gonna fold down on this line here. When you were cutting the legs, you should have noticed this green dotted line here. Same goes for the other side over here. You're going to fold along these lines again in the downward direction. It's pretty visible because the tracks are black, so it shouldn't be very hard to miss in folding. And you roughly get something like that. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to notice a dashed line over here and over here. Now you're going to fold them the other way around. Just first roughly pinch it to see if you got the correct crease. What a pinch is. Let's just say you are folding along a line, but not completely. You don't have a crease, just having maybe minute sort of crease there instead of one big main crease. And you should roughly get something like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to repeat the same process this time again. Just keep pinching along the line till you roughly got enough to make a proper crease. Just keep checking from time to time if the pinch is coming correctly or not. If it is, you know what to do. You just have to go and change where the pinch has been made. And then you'll have something like that. Now here's the tricky part. You're going to notice when you cut that there's one orange slit here, another orange slit here. You're going to actually take these two slits. They're like a lock, right? You're going to push them out a bit, and very simple words, what you're going to do is you're going to just keep it down for a second and try and visualize what it's going to look like when you push those two things together. Are you done visualizing what it looked like? What you're going to do is you're going to take this flap and this flap, just slide it into each other. Just keep pushing them together, and then you're going to just level it out. Something like this. Now, one thing you should have noticed is that the white part right over here, it will stick out. Even I thought it was a mistake at first, but actually it's not a mistake at all. That's how it's supposed to work. Then if you want some sort of insurance that this stays locked, push it down on both sides. This way, don't hold it for too long or you're gonna get a permanent sort of folding structure there which you don't want. Then just press it down a bit to reinforce the lock, pull it up. Like a trampoline, just push it up and down like a trampoline. And then you get a lock. Then on the head or the part of the head here, you're going to notice again, there's a very noticeable green dashed line here. You're gonna fold upward along that line. If you're having a lot of difficulty doing that, just feel free to slip out the lock and do it. Then slip the lock back in and push the head up. Remember, it's okay if you don't get this on your first try. You can always rewind the video a bit so that you understand how it's work. See that what it should look like? Then again, slide it in one into another. Right? Just like push it in. Don't be too rough. Again, trampoline routine. Push this up, push this down, push this up, push this down, like that. Then you're going to take this bit you see over here. It's not very visible per se, but there is a dashed line here. So just fold up along the tail, right? How hard can it be? Just push up, but don't completely push it down like this. Just push it up a little bit. Then you're going to notice you made this cut. Because on model this whole area was light green, that means they want you to cut it out, right? Just make a small crease on this line so that when you are putting the tail into this, it's slightly easier. If you want a reference, again, very noticeable dashed green lines here, very lime color. So it's not very easy to miss. Then just take the tail and slide it in. Just keep sliding it till it reaches its limit. Don't push too hard or you risk tearing the model. Right, just like that. When you're confident that it has gone down enough, start pushing this bit inwards and push the tail upwards to achieve a secure lock. Make sure the tail isn't curved or arched because you want it nice and straight like it would come out of factory. So yeah, you basically got the main structure. Then you have the tricky bit, which is the nose. What you're going to start doing is you're going to start curling it and curving it. Don't crease on anything, very important, don't crease. Just curve it roughly on the edges, the center, very nicely, just do it like that. Then you're going to notice you made two green slits over here and here. Again, they're very noticeable and they're in lime green. They also come on the bottom part of the model, so that if you have trick, like you have a lot of trouble seeing it here, you just do it from here and symmetrically cut it upwards. Then take this, just stick it into this bit. Now, it's okay because nobody gets this bit on the first try, right? That's what's the hard part. That's the thing about slits. Very hard to work with at times, but when you do figure out how to work with them, they become very good and convenient way of putting a lock. And then you put one side in. Now, the trick I've noticed is try and push it from the sides. Don't go and push it from the front. Push this model a bit out if you need to, and just take that bit and press it. If you're really unsure if it's gonna work properly, feel free to remove this and stick this part out and do it. I find it's considerably easier to do. Then just press this part a bit back so that you have an easier way of slotting it in. Then you have got this part in. If you want it even easier than this, just make a little bit come at the back and pull it with some amount of force, right? And then again repeat the process. Put this into the tail bit, keep pushing until you feel it's adequately in, like that. Then fold this bit up and then fold this lock. Now the important thing here is to avoid making it curvy because it came out of the factory. You want to make this look good and new. And always my number one advice to you would be very careful when making a fold and never underestimate how fragile the paper can be, because at the end of the day this is still paper, right? So you gotta be careful. Then after that you're going to slowly start again making this a bit more pointy, but don't crease. The important part, don't crease. My advice when making these sort of models where they have a dome shape or a curved shape would be don't crease. You just ruin the whole effect of the model then. Especially if it starts appearing the colored side or top part of the model, then it just doesn't look good. And then after you put the nose in, try to make it more upward pointing, but don't change the overall arc shape of this. And another thing, this bit doesn't exactly rest here. This is just showing the under or the inner part of the model. This doesn't necessarily rest on this, so just be careful when you're putting it here and there. Now, the purpose of these bottom slits is that if you want the nose to point a bit higher or lower, these points just guide it in one direction or the other, so it points more upwards than down. You don't have to make like this, the part that connected this come out of this, because that won't make it look good. Just make it go straight up, right? And remember, fold the tail, make it straight, make it look like it came out of factory. This isn't a natural mouse. There are no curls on the tail, and you're done with your model. But hold on for 1 second. And this is what your final model should look like. Looks great, doesn't it? I thought so too. And now I'm going to choose to keep it right over here. Thank you for joining me today. See you next time.